One of the things I haven't seen too much of is inspection of mechanical friction hitches. What we're going to do today is look at the ZigZag and how to inspect it properly. Whether you're just a regular climber or if you're going to plan on taking the ISA certified climber exam, this will be a perfect video for you because we'll show you how to inspect it properly. I do want to mention that you can find the procedures for inspection. You can go to Petzl and you can download a copy of it. But I'll go through it right now and show you how to do it. The first thing you want to do, especially if you're going to take the exam for the ISA, you want to make sure that the markings for the ratings and everything are still visible. That's one of the things you want to make sure. Also, you want to make sure that in your region where you're at, that it's going to be allowable for you to use the ZigZag. I'm here in America, and this is one that is considered PPE, so you can. So what I'll show you first, what you want to do is you want to get your links, your friction links, put them all together, and then you're going to check this release lever, and you're going to depress it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that's done. Now what you want to do is you're going to go individually. You're going to look at the rivets. You're going to make sure that the rivets are all in good shape, and individually they move freely. So going up and down this chain, you're going to make sure that they're all moving freely. You're going to lift it, make sure that there's no cracks. You're going to look between all of these and make sure everything's in good shape. There's no deformation, there's no like nicks or anything like that. So after you get that part done, you're going to start looking at the body. You're going to check the body, make sure that the pulley is in good shape. There's no grinding, it's not loose. You're going to take your carabiner off. Let me see, it might take a little bit of time. So on these, you have to use a carabiner that has like an I shape. You want to make sure that this right here is in good condition. It can't be cracked or bent. It still has to be able to connect to this carabiner and hold it in place. You want to make sure that there's no nicks or bends, that it's not overwore on any of these. When you get to the connecting point, you want to make sure it's in good condition, no bent, it's not overworn or cracks. You have to pay attention to the carabiner. It can't be able to side load. So having a captive like this or those other grommets or another carabiner that has a captive on it built in is something you'll need. You'll check the bottom of the plastic parts. If there's any plastic parts in here, you want to make sure that they're not worn enough. On some versions of the ZigZag, there's a rivet that could be inside the plastic if it's wore, and that could be something that can snag your rope. So you want to make sure if you have that version that you can that it doesn't have that kind of a damage. Also, some of the ZigZags have a swivel. So we don't have it here, but in the swivel, you would want to operate the swivel, move it around, make sure it's not grinding, and it's not loose, it's all intact. So once you get that part done, now what you're going to do is you'll get your chain, and you're going to check your chain for the length. You want to make sure that it's not bent in any way. So you hold it up, you look at it, make sure that it looks all straight. Once that's done, now you'll get to your carabiner and you'll do your carabiner inspection. And in your carabiner too, you're going to look for like any cracks or worn areas throughout. It has to be in good shape. You look at the nose, it's going to be intact, not broken. You look inside that connecting point. Now you do your full range motion, it locks in place. You're going to do the 5 centimeter one, it locks in place, and you're going to go halfway of the nose and lock it, and you can see that it locks in place. There you have it. At that point, and also what you want to do is when you are inspecting, you want to make sure that it all lines up. So you'll stack it, make sure that the friction chain lines up and it's not bent in any way. So that's the first part of your inspection with a ZigZag. Next we'll show you how to inspect for the Chicane. The first inspection that we did on the ZigZag alone, that'd be good if you want to do an MRS system. If you were planning on using an SRS system, you'll need the Chicane. So the Chicane is a component that adds a bend in the rope to allow the mechanical friction hitch to work. So in this inspection, what you'll want to do is make sure that it's all in good repair. You'll go to there's a depressing buttons here. You want to make sure you press them and open them up. It opens, it locks. Also, you have some screws here. It's not a bad idea to have an Allen wrench with you, just in case you find that one of these are loose. You might even give it a real quick turn. Make sure it's not like, you know, really hard, just to make sure that they're tight. It's a good idea, like I said, to have it with you just in case you find that something is loose, especially if you're taking the ISA test. You don't want to find that you have a loose screw and you won't be able to use your Chicane. So you want to make sure that's working. This has a little bit of a spring to it. You want to make sure that that's still in good shape. It doesn't just flop down, that it works. Also, there's this connecting point here. It works the same way with a Petzl ring or carabiner that has that I formation. So what you want to do after you've checked all that, you'll get your carabiner, you'll do the carabiner inspection also, same thing, 5mm, get it all. You'll show all that. It's in good condition. You'll connect your, you want to make sure that, like I said, this is in good condition. So you put your carabiner on, it has to fit. Now you're going to get it all set up for your Chicane, right? Now it's going to hold it in place. And now you're going to get your Chicane and you'll put it on. And it has to be able to fit in there. Let me see here. There we go. It's a little bit of a chore to get it on. Okay. Now you have it in place, and it's got to be, it's not going to be like flopping all around. It's got to be a solid connecting point, and it does have the grooves fit and they're not all broken apart. Now there you go. Now that would be the inspection of your Chicane. Well, there you have it, an inspection on the ZigZag and the Chicane. I know it seems kind of a bit outlandish where you have to get that release lever and depress it 10 times, but if you look up on the Petzl procedures of inspection on the ZigZag, they have it there for a reason. This is your life support. It's PPE, so you have to make sure that you're doing it properly. Especially if you're going to be taking the ISA climb exam, you want to show those evaluators that you know what you're doing when it comes to inspection of the ZigZag. If you haven't seen our last video on gear inspection, there'll be a link below, so you might want to have a look at that. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you like what we do, and we'll see you next time. Take care.